Hi guys, and welcome to the first video on my channel. Today we're going to be doing an Akora walkthrough, so let's get into it. So right here we have our Akora deck, which goes into this area over here. You can see it labeled, and you can get this beautiful mat off of akorastore.com. They have multiple varieties. This is the dark deck variety. That's my favorite deck. And you obviously have to have the matching deck for the matching playmat, so be sure to check them out. So we have our Kage right here. So this is our Akora character for this deck. This is the stage 1. Then we have stage 2, and you can see it's stage 2 because the bottom left has a number 2. And we can see the health and the damage it does have also increased. Now to level up your Akora, we call this relicking up. You need 3 relics to relic up to stage 2. To get to stage 3, you need 6 relics. And you can see that the health and the damage have also increased. The health has doubled, and the amount of damage it does has increased by 1,000. So leveling up your Akora does a lot more damage, and you take a lot less damage. And we're going to just place that in the Akora deck area. Then we have our alchemy deck. So our alchemy deck consists of multiple different types of alchemy cards. So this is an alchemy card, and alchemy cards are split up into subsections. So you have an armament card like this. You have an eternity card, which is like a sand timer symbol in the middle, and then we also have a flash card, which is a little lightning bolt, and they all function in different ways. So those are subsets of alchemy cards. Then we obviously have our relic shards within the deck mixed up. We're going to just give this a little bit of a shuffle and then put it into our alchemy area. So when you start out, you always want one of your stage 1 Akora, and you put them into the Akora zone, and you always want a relic shard. So we should have done that before we shuffled, but no worries. Gonna put that face down. And so you start with 5,000 alchemy essence, and that's basically your health. It's good to have a calculator or a phone on hand so you can deduct any damage you take every single turn and basically know what your health is at. At the start of the game, you want to deal 5 cards to yourself. And let's say I'm going first. I can't attack on this turn. The only thing I can really do is add a relic shard to my relic zone, and I can also play some alchemy cards, but I cannot attack on this turn. So let's see what we have. We have Fair Trade. Now what does this card allow us to do? Send 1 card randomly from my opponent's hand back into their deck, and then they draw 1. So let's say they have a good card in their hand, I want to get rid of it. Well, this card is extremely useful for that. Gallows Staff. So this is an armament card, and then this allows us to do 300 extra attack damage each turn. And after we attack, we can also activate any alchemy card in our dark zone. So let's say we used Fair Trade, and then it goes into my dark zone after we've used that card. Now if I attack when this is attached, I can also activate this card again. So my opponent has to send another card from their hand to their deck and draw another one at the end of my turn after attack. So very useful card, and we're going to attach it. We're also going to add a relic shard. If you have a relic shard, it's good practice to use your relic shard in your relic zone because you might need it. We also have a Forbidden Alchemy, another armament card which is very useful in this deck, and it allows us to add the attack power of any dark Akora in our dark zone, and add the attack damage to our current Akora. So let's say I have Zaze in my dark zone. I can add the 900 from Zay's to the 600 of Kage, and the total attack damage would be 1500, and then obviously we would include the 300 from this as well, so 1800. That's where you can see some of the power within this deck, where it allows you to draw the power from the Dark Zone. So we're also going to attach Forbidden Alchemy. We also have Old Man's Greed, so you can set any card face down, and what that means is you can basically play it like this. And so if my opponent has a card face down like that, what this card allows me to do is flip their card that's face down, take it to my side, and if I can activate their card, so let's say they had this card face down, then I can activate it and use it against them. But if it's a specific card to the deck that I cannot activate, then it goes back to their hand. So it could work out well, depending on what type of deck you're playing against. Just really depends. So we've done our basics, and we can not attack this turn. So our goes over. That's it. Let's say it comes back to us again. Now this is my second turn. I can draw another card. What did I pull? A Relic Shard. Now, like I said, it's good practice to add your Relic Shard to your Relic Zone. And now that we have 3 relics, we can also Relic up. But that means we're not going to be able to attack again for the second turn in a row. But I'm willing to sacrifice that and Relic up anyway. So we are going to forgo attacking this turn again for the sake of Relicking up. Now let's say the turn comes back to me. I'm going to draw another card. We have Anti-Alchemy. So let's read what this card does. We flip this card face up and destroy 2 of my Relic Shards, and I destroy one of my opponent's alchemy cards, and the opponent's alchemy card effect is negated. So it says flip as well, which means that generally you have to play it face down, because it says flip. Has to be set to be able to activate it. So this card particularly is good in this deck. It might seem expensive to get rid of 2 Relic Shards, but now that we have Relic up our Akora and leveled them up, this deck doesn't necessarily require you to use these Relic Shards to level up, because we said we can draw power and attack damage from the Dark Zone. So with that in mind, we can use these as resources to defend ourselves or attack. If I want to get rid of my opponent's alchemy card that's on the field, that's stopping me from doing damage, or a card that's going to do more damage to me, using something like this is very good, even at the sacrifice of 2 Relic Shards. And once I've used it, it goes into the Relic Zone. So we're going to draw another card. Crossroads Deal. So this is where things turn into fruition. It allows me to send any Akora from my Akora deck into the Dark Zone, and if I do this, I have to take 300 damage to my Alchemy Essence. So let's say I'm on 2500 because they've been constantly attacking me every turn and I've not been able to attack that much. Well, I'm on 2200 now. I'm self-inflicting damage, but you're going to see why it's worth it. So I'm going to take 300 damage, but I'm going to be able to play a Magna Kage into my Dark Zone. And I'm also going to be able to draw a Relic Shard from my deck and add it to my hand. And we're just going to shuffle that because I've obviously been able to see what's inside of my deck. And we're just going to put that to one side. Now that it's our turn again, we can obviously add another Relic Shard to our Relic Zone. And because we've activated this, it goes into our Dark Zone. So let's say I'm going to attack this turn. We've got Forbidden Alchemy attached, which means that our Zeus Kage, who has 900 damage, sorry. And then we have the 300 damage from the Gallows Staff. But then we can also use the attack damage of Magna Kage, who's at 1900, and that puts our total attack damage at 3100 in total. So you can see we've taken, let's say, a lot of damage over those 2 turns because we've not been able to attack, but we've made up for that now, and we can basically wipe out our opponent's Akora and make them lose the game within 2 turns, because our attack damage is 3100 and you only have 5000 alchemy essence. So you're either going to be able to beat them in 2 turns, or you're going to force a lot of their resources out. So this is the dark deck. This is how it functions. The reliance of being able to draw cards to the dark zone and play them for free, or being able to utilize a card like Forbidden Alchemy, which allows us to draw the attack power from the dark zone. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. Please like and subscribe. Peace.